let's talk a little bit about middle-class folks want to do energy-saving things this winter to winterize their homes, and there's a lot of confusion out there about what are things that are practical to do and what are things that are maybe not so practical, but you've heard about it on the television, so you do it anyway.
Sure.
What are the things that we really need to do?
Well, if we could start at this end, because I always like to start with maintenance of your heating and cooling equipment. And so if you haven't had your air conditioner or your furnace serviced in several years, it's time to do that. And have a licensed professional come into the home and look over everything, and they'll verify that everything is working the way it's supposed to. So, but once you've had that done, you've had the unit cleaned, it's functioning properly, the way to keep it that way is to make sure, number one, that you use proper filters in the unit, and also the proper type of filter. So what I wanted to do is real quickly kind of demonstrate a little bit of the difference that's out there, and you've probably seen these. Everybody's seen these. You can buy them at any discount store, and they're very inexpensive, but normally there's a reason for that, and they will filter the air to an extent. But if I could borrow you for just a second and just ask you to put your hand under there, and this is just common table salt, but you can see what you get. So you know it will catch the larger particles, but there's also some things that are going through. So if it gets through the filter, it's going to get into your indoor coil section, and then it becomes dirty, and it does not function as the unit was designed to function. So real easy tip there. But we also this is what we recommend at a minimum, and this is a pleated paper type filter. Once again, you can get it at any discount store, $5, $6, something like that, and it does a real good job of filtering the air, keeps the indoor coil section of your heating and cooling system clean, and you know, it also cleans the air, so you'll find that your home is not as dusty. So it has some other benefits other than just keeping the system clean and functioning properly. Look at those about once a month, just to make sure that they're in good working condition. And then this is another step up, and there are several steps, but this is an electrostatic. This is one that you can actually cut to fit the unit that you have. Any heating and air dealer or discount store will normally be able to actually custom order an electrostatic that will fit your particular heating and cooling unit, and you just wash those out and reuse them, so they last a long period of time. One of my pet peeves in homes, and one of the things that's most commonly overlooked, in my opinion, is attic ventilation. And if you've ever stuck your head up in your attic, on one of those 95-degree days, you know what that's like. So there's a lot of different opportunities to get rid of heat and humidity inside the attic. And these are just a couple items, but this is a soffit vent that you would, if you don't already have them, that goes underneath the eave, and that's actually your intake for fresh air. And then you've got a couple or many different options actually on the top side or at the peak of the home, and this is just a real common low profile vent, very inexpensive, and slides up under the shingles. And normally the best time to do this is when you're having your home re-roofed. So as we get our springtime hailstorms, and a lot of folks are out there replacing roofs, that's a good time to do that. But that allows that heat and humidity to leave the house at the peak. And maybe even a better option is something called ridge vent. There are different types of ridge vent, different brands, but this is actually a product that goes at the peak of the roof, and you would actually bend that and nail that at the peak of the roof, and then you'd shingle over the top of it. And what it does, it allows you to have actually an exhaust of hot air and humidity the length of the ridge of your home.
When you do that type of retrofit on your house, what does that do for bringing down your heating costs and making your home a little greener?
It won't affect your heating cost that much, but it will certainly affect your cooling cost, because now you've reduced the amount of heat gain that your home has, and your air conditioner doesn't have to work nearly as hard. So
that's a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Now, as we're coming into the winter months, what do we need to be doing to make our houses more efficient and at the same time green them up?
Well, this obviously using less energy greens up your home right off the bat. So the next area that we like to tackle is infiltration, and that is the leaks in your home. So in the winter, you're losing conditioned warm air, and you're gaining that unconditioned cold air. So you want to try to limit that best you can. So this is something that is it's just an adjustable threshold that goes underneath your door. And as you know, you open and close your door many times, and sooner or later that seal will start to wear, and you can see light underneath your door now. So not only do you lose and gain air, but you also can imagine the other things that might come into your home when you can see light.
Yes. That might crawl in.
So this allows you to adjust this and tighten it up against that seal again. So this is probably something that you might want to have a handyman or a home repairman install for you, but it's still not a very expensive item at all. And this is a common, just a door sweep. If you've got one of those doors.
I've actually installed these so anybody can.
Very good, very good. The next item is just very common foam tape, and we've all seen it.
Installed that.
Very easy to do. If you've got doors that, you know, especially on a real cool day, windy day, you can tell where you've got air leaks. And if you see those, this is a really simple way that you just can't mess this job up. So real good opportunity there, and very inexpensive. You may have done this as well.
Actually, I did this last year, and I was surprised when I put my hand next to the receptacles how much less temperature change there was.
Absolutely, and there's cold air that you know, finds its way into your home, and obviously there's a pre-made path, if you will, for cool air to get through these receptacles and light switch plates. So you just take the plate off, place this on, and put it back on there.
One screwdriver, you're done.
Seals it up for you. So.
Now this is an area of retrofitting a lot of us have done, but we haven't done it throughout the house. Why should we be looking to do it throughout the house?
Well, obviously the CFL, which is the most popular lighting alternative, is you know, that's the hot item right now. CFLs you know, use gosh, 20 to 30% of what an incandescent lamp uses. So the energy reduction speaks for itself. The other thing that people don't think about is incandescent lamps put off a tremendous amount of heat. So as you're adding heat to your home, your air conditioner has to overcome that heat. So you not only reduce your lighting costs, but you're reducing your air conditioning costs as well. These will normally last 8 to 10 times longer than an incandescent. And one of the things that's interesting is that this incandescent lamp that we're all familiar with, what would you guess that the efficiency of this is?
50, 60%?
An incandescent lamp is actually 5 to 10% efficient. So the energy that's placed into this lamp, only 5 to 10% is converted to light.
So we're wasting a lot right
Absolutely. The rest is converted to heat.
One of the things that the retrofit program wants to deal with is the misinformation that's out there and the difficulty people have getting good, solid information. What should we be looking for to know that when we see this product or this tip that it really is going to be an energy saver and worth our effort?
Well, I think do your research, number one. You know, talk to certified contractors. You know, they're experts in the field. You know, there are some items out there that probably won't live up to their billing, but if you stick with the basic items, you know, one thing we didn't discuss today is just insulation. Everybody's familiar with insulation, and you know, if you haven't been up in the attic in a while, which most of us don't have a need to get up there, but you know, take a look at your insulation value, measure it with a ruler, and just see you know, where it's at, because it does settle over a period of time. So insulation, once again, ventilation, infiltration, lighting, insulating of you know, copper pipe or copper tubing and water pipes, those type of things. If you stick with the basics, you know, you can't lose.
All right, that's what we need to know.